Wetland wildlife.
The skeleton hid his seashells in the closet.
Hey!
Dan, we're here!
Welcome!
Oh
Cabadans, it's a reality.
Cabadans, everybody!
Right up there.
Oh, wow, this
It's
is
a
exactly what
reality.
we needed, everybody.
It's beautiful.
Oh, my
It's gonna be
word.
so good.
Dan, we're doing something really different tonight.
We are doing something very different tonight.
Yes,
we
yes,
are
we are.
cooking for the first time ever for the Merge Show.
Yes, yes,
and
we are.
It's going to be a great time. We're making risotto. If you've never made this before, it's a simple dish. It sounds complicated.
Yes.
You might have seen it on TV or at a fancy restaurant and think, man, I don't know if I could do that. You can totally do this. We hope there's a lot of you at home that are actually right here with us making it.
Yes,
It's going to be
yes, we
so
are.
much fun. It's going to be easy to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going to be a good night.
It is. And guys, just so you know, Dan is the expert here. We're going to call
Nah,
this
don't
is the
say that.
master class, everybody, all right? I'm a complete novice. I've never cooked risotto before. Living on my own, I've been cooking more than when I was living with my parents. However, never cooked this before. So you're going to see firsthand a novice taking an attempt at risotto. But we were discussing a bit before the stream, and Dan was telling me the whole instructions we're going to go through, and I'm psyched. I think it's going to go really well.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not hard to do.
No.
It just takes a lot of love, right?
Yes.
So anyway, I like
Yeah.
this. This dish is going to take a lot of your time and attention, but it's worth what you get in the end result. It's going to take about 40 to 45 minutes to finally pull off, and that's how we'll do it. As much as we can to in the midst of the stream, if you have any questions for us,
Please.
totally let us know. We don't want you.
We got it
know,
on-
like at home making it. You're like, oh my goodness, I missed a step. What do
Yeah,
I do?
yeah.
Totally okay. We want you to know that you can go ahead and ask questions in the chat, and we're going to do our best to answer questions.
So first off, I'm being called out by Jeremy saying Josh calls instant ramen cooking. I've been cooking other food there, Jeremy, all right? You and your fancy house,
Instant
all right?
ramen.
Okay, some of us just, ramen is cheap and it works, but I make a good butter chicken.
Yeah, well, see, but that's a good dish, though.
That's a good
great
dish.
dish.
It's a great dish.
Yeah, it's a good
Tastes really
dish.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, we're just getting our final ingredients now.
Yes, that's right. We
Dan,
totally forgot something,
why don't
but-
you run us through here what we have and what they need at home?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Just jump on
It's
it.
gonna
Thanks,
go
Sean.
right there,
Thanks, Sean.
buddy. Perfect.
We
Excellent.
needed our salt and pepper, everybody.
So there's a number of ingredients going on here,
Yeah.
though, too, that we're going to show you.
Yeah.
I'm going to start off with your oil, which for me is in like this red cup. I don't know if you can see it in the angle there. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we got a great angle,
so I got
Dan,
that.
the
So anyway,
whole
this is our kind of like
workshop.
fun cooking angle
Yeah.
that you're going to get to see everything.
Yeah.
You also have white wine, which I have in here. This is non-alcoholic. You don't have to have white wine. If you don't have
Not
it,
needed.
it's okay. It's
Yeah.
not needed. If you have it, fantastic. The next thing is actually onions. I'm using shallots, which is a little bit sweeter than
smell
kind of like
good.
a regular onion, but still
smell
very good.
great.
Your rice is really key for risotto.
You need this, everybody.
This is a boreal rice. And I think in here I have just about a cup, maybe just over a cup.
Okay, okay.
So that's about what you need too. Grated Parmesan cheese is really important. That goes in at the end.
Last step, yeah.
As well, unsalted butter is also really key.
Unsalted?
Unsalted butter.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, if you have salted butter, that's okay.
Yeah.
You just shouldn't use as much as what we're using. You should only put about half of what we're using. So I'm
Good
using
tip for
about
home.
2 tablespoons of butter. If it's salted, use about 1 tablespoon. Otherwise, it gets to be really salty because the stock also has salt in it.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
just so we know about that. And then finally, we have garlic, which is basically pressed and crushed and ready to go. So that'll go in more towards the end. So if you have that, just put that off to the side. That'll go in towards the end. All right. So we're going to start this at the very beginning.
Yes.
We haven't done, I think probably much for prep other than what you see in front of us.
We have the
here.
ingredients ready, but we haven't done anything with our hands or anything yet.
So the first thing to do is we're going to wash our hands. I have some hand sanitizer
we got
down
some hand
here.
sanitizer on the table.
Right, so we're going to make sure that we're ready to go. Make sure your hands are clean.
Don't cook this into the food, everybody.
Yes,
it
don't
won't
get this
taste
into
very
the
good,
food.
okay?
If, in fact, you're at home and this is maybe for someone else that you're cooking for, make sure that you wash your hands.
Yes,
that's
please
icky.
wash your hands.
That's grody.
We need everyone to be healthy at home, right? Maybe you're making this for your parents. Maybe you're making it for your siblings. Whatever it is, wash your hands is the very first step we all got to get through.
That's right.
Teresa says Dan is even meaner than Gordon Ramsay.
I don't think I'm that mean. I think you're going to find him a pretty good teacher.
Yeah, I don't think we're there yet, everybody.
Yeah, not bad. Okay, so here's what we're going to do first. You need to get your pan nice and hot.
Okay.
So it needs to be on about probably about 3/4 of the way up, so it has to be fairly high heat. So like if you're on a stove and you see from, I think probably numbers like 1 to 10, it should be up at about a 7 or 8, you know, somewhere in there. Right, but it needs to be nice and hot. Okay, so we're going to wait for that to get hot.
Mine's, we're getting there.
And then once it starts getting there,
level of 5.
even while the pan isn't quite hot, you can actually put your oil in. It's okay.
All right. Okay.
Because that's going to be the gauge whether or not your pan is hot enough. Okay, so for oil, you don't want too much, just a little bit, just till about a pancake size, and they're going to pull up a little bit, and that should be good. That's about all you need to start. This is just going to be for as we get going
coming
here.
Off of
mine.
I
see something's going on the bottom of Josh's pan.
It's cooking. It's fine. It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good. There's no fire yet, so
no, it's starting. It's fine. It's all good.
Yeah, just a little smoke.
A little smoke.
Just a little smoke. Adrian, I'm not that harsh. I actually think I'm a nice guy, but don't mess with me. That's all I have to say about that.
No.
Anyway, right, so we're just going to wait for this to get hot.
Yeah.
So let's chat a bit about what is the fanciest dish, Josh, that you've ever made?
The fanciest bruschetta, probably.
Bruschetta.
Yes.
Very
I made
nice.
homemade bruschetta.
Very
Jordy
good.
had it, and she said it was really good.
Very good.
So what about you, Dan? Is your fanciest?
The fanciest thing I've ever done is creme brulee. That's the fanciest thing I've ever done, which is like super sweet. And you need fire with it though, because you got to make that nice kind of top crust on it.
Yes.
It's so delicious if you get it right. But that's probably the fanciest thing I've done.
I mean, it sounds delicious.
Yeah. Wonder if you guys at home, what is the fanciest thing that you've ever made? What is kind of like the nicest dish you've ever done? We're curious to know. Once you kind of start to see the oil smoking a little bit or kind of getting hot, you can kind of tell that it's ready to go.
My burner's already smoking, so
yeah,
I'm clearly almost there, apparently.
Although it's a new burner, so I'm not surprised you see a little smoke off the get-go there. It's still going.
I literally purchased it today, everybody. So we're just
it's still going.
It's gonna hopefully eventually. I see we're on this camera now. Hopefully it's not gonna be too bad.
It's still going.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It is what it is, guys. As long as nothing actually burns down, we'll be fine. I'm sure.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sure.
As well, I also recommend having a towel handy close by because you might get some splatter as you're doing the risotto. So
you got to be ready, guys. Whether you have it on the shoulder or on the strap like Dan is, whatever works, okay? Or at least have it near you, okay?
Yeah.
If you guys have questions in the chat about anything, please just post them in there now. We've got the chat in his phone, my iPad, we've got on the TV as well.
That's right, yeah.
We'd be happy to
we can see it all.
Discuss stuff as we go. So
that's right. What is the worst dish you've ever made?
Worst dish?
Actually, what's the worst dish you've ever eaten?
I've ever eaten?
Yeah. Eaten. What's the proper eat? Ate?
I've ever consumed.
Yeah, you've ever consumed.
Ever consumed.
Yeah, that's better.
What would be the worst I've ever consumed? I don't know. Do you have one that's off the top of your head?
Oh, man.
Because I can't remember, I think all of us have had bad food at some time or the other, right? Like I got food poisoning from Tim's when I was younger. Yeah. Does that count?
Probably one of the ones that I had that I actually made that I wasn't happy with. I did this, I did this dish before, and I used butternut squash instead as kind of like my flavor profile throughout it. But unfortunately, I added too much Parmesan cheese to it, and that it's just a bad mix.
Just a bad mix?
The squash and the cheese, just to mix them together. Those two flavor profiles don't mix well. So I wouldn't recommend adding butternut squash. Although with that little segue, and then we're going to start here, there is basically almost anything you can add to this dish once you're done it. So for instance, you can add mushrooms, you can add tomatoes, you can do carrot or pea or asparagus. You can add all kinds of different things to this just to bring it the life and flavor, right? So what we're making tonight is just kind of the base of risotto.
Yep.
So it's just kind of the base. Okay, we're gonna get started here. Our oil's nice and hot. Okay, so we're gonna add our
shallots.
Onions. Yeah, our shallots.
Okay.
Onions, if you have that at home, so make sure you put them all right in.
Yep.
And then have your spatula handy, right? Because what you want here is to start to hear them sizzle right away, which is what you want to see. And then what you want to do is just mix it around to make sure the oil coats your shallots, your onions, whatever you have going on. And then, right, so grab your spatula, do a little mix around, make sure it coats nicely.
Oh.
And then what you don't want here is for the onions to burn.
Okay,
you just want them to be almost see-through, right? So yeah, if they burn, you've gone too far.
Yeah, I'm turning it
right?
down a
So
wee bit.
Totally, absolutely. Yeah. If it's too hot, make sure you turn it down. It won't take too long before they start to really cook. So make sure you do that.
I'm just saying, this smells amazing already, Dan.
I know, right?
And
really good.
it's taking over the smoking smell that was coming from my burner.
I know, right? Okay,
so I'm pleased with this.
With that, I can tell mine are already getting a little too hot, so I'm already going to move to my rice. So
okay, all
I
right.
think if you're at home and if you're like at me, if they start looking kind of see-through, translucent, you're at a good spot. So you can move to your rice, and you're going to want to put your whole cup of rice in. Okay, so Josh, you want to follow me here?
Yeah, I'm following you. I'm
All
following.
right,
Yeah,
great.
yeah. I'm right on top.
Okay, so here you go. Okay, right. You want to put your whole thing of rice in, just like that. And then what you're going to do, you're going to add more oil to it. Because
More oil.
You want to have enough oil to basically coat the rice. The rice is going to toast, and it's going to be coated in oil. It's going to be really good. But what you're going for is almost kind of like a toasted rice, because what's going to happen is once you start to add the stock,
Yeah.
then the rice is going to slowly start to, what's the word? Absorb
Absorb it all.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
And it's going to turn out to be delicious, right? But in the meantime, you have to kind of make it a little bit more crunchy. And so too, when you know this part is done, it's going to start to almost pop and crackle, almost going to sound
Okay,
like
okay.
Rice Krispies going on in here.
So how do I know if I don't put enough oil in, Dan? How do I know?
You'll know, like it'll just look, I think, kind of like a little more dry.
All right. Well, we're going to add more oil in, ladies and gentlemen, boys
So
and
yeah,
girls.
if it's a little too dry, then add just a little bit more oil. But not too much, otherwise you have this really oily, kind of slick going on the bottom, and that doesn't taste well later.
Yeah, yeah.
I see Sean's bringing in our next thing
Our
here, which
chicken
is
broth.
important.
Yeah, if you want to drop that right there, thank
Next
you,
product
Sean.
coming in. Thank you, Sean.
Round of
Appreciate
applause
your
for
help.
Sean, everyone at home. Big help here, big help.
Yeah, right,
You know
so-
what? Shout out the production team. We got Spencer, Nathan, and Caleb here as well.
Big shout out.
Great job, guys. Really making this possible for you guys to view this at home in a good manner. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so once the oil's kind of mixed through and everything,
Yeah.
yeah, just put it right there. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. So anyway, once the oil's kind of mixed through, kind of push all the rice into kind of the center. That's kind of going to be like the hottest part of like your frying pan.
Yep.
And you're just going to kind of let it sit for a second, because you're going to start to hear it, kind of pop and crack. That's what you want.
I'm
Right, so
hearing
this
a
will be
bit
kind of
of
one of the
pop
few times that you get a little bit of a break.
Okay, let's read the chat then.
Yeah.
See what's happening over there. Andrew says the most notable bad dish I made was a sausage, bread, chili flakes, salsa, pepper mishmash. Came out like brown paste, but it was edible. That doesn't sound too appetizing.
That doesn't sound
Andrew.
too appetizing. Okay, so I hear mine sizzling already, so I'm going to move it around again. I don't want it to stay still for too long, otherwise you will start to burn the onions and or the rice. You don't want that. You're just going for a toasted rice.
Just a toasted rice.
Yeah,
All right.
toasted rice. Okay. So
Would you say risotto is your favorite kind of rice, Dan?
I would say this is my favorite kind of rice. This is definitely my favorite kind of rice dish to make / eat. It is a little time consuming. You kind of have to give yourself a lot of time for prep, and and it's going to take a lot of love as we're doing it, but it's totally worth your effort. So if you're at home doing this with us, you should be at a point where it's starting to kind of toast nicely, which is good.
Now, when you say toast, Dan, we're not expecting a brown coloring,
you're not
are we?
expecting brown.
Okay.
Basically, the rice should start to look kind of see-through. It should look kind of
okay, okay.
translucent, but it should still sound hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, but not this, kind of the like brown spots. You don't want that. If that is the case, maybe turn your heat down a little bit. Rebecca, did I listen to the song Fix? You know what? I didn't listen to that song, Rebecca. I apologize. I'll have to listen to it later on tonight here after we're done. But I will definitely do my best. Okay, so once that's done, I can tell just based on smell, it's kind of there. So now you're going to take your white wine.
Taking my white wine?
Yeah.
All right, so now.
And then you're going to pour it in. It's going to really sizzle.
Okay, okay.
So pour it into about where I'm doing. So just to there. And it's going to start to really sizzle. You're going to start to mix it all in.
I
And
definitely
you want
think I'll
that to basically to mix your rice now until the wine is gone. So just till it's gone and dissolved. You want it to start to get into the rice and absorb the rice. This is going to help with flavor later on. It's going to kind of bring a nice kind of yummy flavor profile.
Nice.
So yeah,
I think I may put a tad bit too much oil in, but I think we'll be okay by the end of it.
I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine. And everybody,
Yeah,
happy little
there you go.
mistakes
That's
here.
the
Okay,
nice-
happy little mistakes.
The nice hiss sound, that's what
Yeah.
you want to see. Okay, and then once it starts to reduce down, then the work's going to really begin. We're going to start using our stock. and that's going to really start to bring the flavor out. The stock you should use should be chicken stock.
Chicken stock, okay.
Because that just kind of brings a nice flavor to the rice.
Yeah, yeah.
As you're cooking down. If you're using I think if you're using the stock at home where the where the salt isn't reduced, just be careful at the end how much salt you put in because it can be really salty.
Really salty.
So just heads up about that, otherwise it kind of ruins the dish. Okay, right, so once it's kind of reduced down, Josh, you're there with me, it's kind of reduced down. Does it look kind of
it's not sizzling nearly as
get
much.
dry in there a little bit?
It's not as angry.
Okay,
You
not
know
as
what I
angry.
mean?
Okay, that's good. Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna kind of put it all to the middle a little bit.
Okay.
And then you're gonna grab your ladle now with your stock, should be close by, if not on the stove right next to it.
Yeah.
And then you're just gonna take a scoop, and you want 2 scoops. If you have kind of like a bigger ladle, if you have a smaller ladle, do 3 scoops. You want 2 scoops for a bigger ladle, 3 for a smaller one off the get-go, and then you're gonna mix. There you go, and now just mix. And now it should start to slowly absorb into the rice, and you're gonna get this really yummy flavor start to come out. It's really good. I'm trying my best to look at
Add the chat as we
at
go.
the chat as we go. It's a little time consuming, so
Mine's definitely more of a soup guy.
just curious for those of you at home, I can tell some of you are making it, wondering if you are making it in the chat, can you just say you're making it? It'd be kind of curious to know
Yeah,
how
curious
many
to
of
see
you at
who's doing
home are
there.
at this with us. So, oh man, that's already smelling good, isn't it?
Smelling great.
Smelling really
Hey,
good.
I don't have smoke anymore, so it's already an improvement, Dan.
That's right, it's already smelling really good.
I
So,
definitely think mine has a bit too much moisture involved, but hey.
Hey, it's all good. It'll slowly reduce down, right?
Slowly
So
reduce
don't
down.
worry about it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, you're totally good, right? But it should be having that kind of like bubbling sound right now.
Well, we're getting that bubbly sound.
Yeah.
Not
I just-
sponsored by Bubbly, though, everybody.
Yes, not sponsored by Bubbly. Although if we were, that'd be all right.
I'd be
'Cause
okay
that
with
is a
that.
delicious drink. Have you had Bubbly?
I've tried a couple. I haven't found the flavor yet for me, but I've heard it's just amazing by most people.
Oh, yeah. It
Most
is
people think
really
it's just good stuff.
It is really
Is it
good.
healthier than Pop, Dan?
Yeah, apparently because like, there's no sugar added to it.
Oh,
So,
okay. That would probably do it. That'd probably
Yeah.
do it. Might be why it's all the craze.
Ryan Sotsky's making it home. That's
Nice,
good.
nice. Good job, Ryan.
Jeremy's doing a shrimp risotto. Good for you, buddy.
Yes,
Stepping up
yes.
your game. I like to see that.
So
I'm
he's just
sure-
adding shrimp at the end, though, Dan, right? That's kind of how the steps go with this. Kind
Yes,
of thing.
totally. Yeah, you can add it at the end. I see Teresa's making a frozen pizza.
Hey, you know what? That's still food, guys. It's still food at the end of the day.
Mamie's making it home. Good to see you making it as well.
Nice,
Mamie,
nice.
That's fantastic. So cool. Good to see a lot of you guys making it. Should be lots of fun. So it's going to start to get kind of soupy in there, and that's what you want.
Oh, good. That means we're not totally messed up, everybody.
You haven't messed up at all.
That's
I promise you, this is a
fantastic.
hard dish to mess up. You've got to try.
Okay, okay.
It's actually fairly simple, but it's really impressive once you get it done. And eventually it's going to start to get really dry in the pan. That's what you want.
Okay.
And then once it's kind of almost to that point where it's not moving anymore, where like it's really sticky,
Yeah.
then you're going to add another ladle full
Okay.
of the stock. And you're just going to kind of keep on doing that until your stock is done. And at that point, it should be finished. So
I feel like if you made this every day, your arm would get kind of buff.
it's exhausting. Yeah, totally it would. It can be sore in the shoulder if you're not used to doing it. And yeah, if you did it every day, absolutely. Adrian, I could be running my own cooking show. I would love to have a food truck actually. Like that'd be like a dream for me.
Dan,
to
you
have
know
a
what?
food
We
truck.
can Dan's risotto. Cabadans. We can make it official, everybody.
Cabadans food truck. Yeah,
The
there we go.
Cabavan.
Cabadans food truck. Okay, so if you guys pan over to my shot here, let's just kind of have a look at my pan. You can see what my rice looks like.
Yeah,
Okay, so
his
it's
is-
almost
his
kind of
looking
sticky,
sticky.
right? Right. So it's not really moving anymore. Now it's kind of stuck, which means most of the liquid has already been
Consumed.
more sucked into the rice. It's absorbed. It's reduced down. So now, if it's looking like that, I want you to take another ladle full of your stock, and you're going to add another ladle full.
All
And
right.
You're just going to kind of keep on going like that. So just one this time. You don't
Just
need
one
two.
this time? Okay.
Yeah. And just keep going. And then just keep mixing down. Keep on mixing. You don't want it to ever stay still. If it stays still,
It could burn.
it could burn. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want that. You just want it to always be mixing, right? You know, you have to think of this as almost kind of like a rice cooker, but you're doing all the work this
But
time.
I'm doing all the work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're doing all
yeah.
the work. So that's how it goes. Cabavan. Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a good idea.
Caleb did say that.
I love it.
Caleb did say that.
Cabavan.
Yes.
So, oh, sorry. Did you say Cabavan? and I
Caleb
missed
said
it?
that a long time ago. Yeah.
I thought you said Cabadan. I couldn't understand.
No,
My
no.
bad.
I'm gonna take a quick sip of the water. You gotta stay
My
hydrated,
bad.
everybody.
Mamie said she never had enough stock, so she added it all at once. Oh, okay, well, I'm hoping it might turn out all right. If you have to substitute stock, you could just add water, but you've really got to salt it up at the end.
Yeah, you gotta
So
really salt it
just
up to make
to
sure you
keep
get
mind.
that.
And as well, don't add anything cold. Like, don't add like a cold water to it. it'll immediately kind of stop the rice from cooking. You want it to be
Okay,
hot liquid.
okay. I'm
So,
just flinging
yeah,
stuff.
so make sure it's
apparently.
hot.
My word, everybody. We already had risotto twice a week, so that tells you how much Dan likes to make it.
Yeah,
Dan,
that's right.
that was also practice from what I'm understanding, Dan. Dan wanted to make sure he could teach you his masterclass as best as possible.
Totally, absolutely, yeah. I kind of have to go through my head like, okay, do I know what I'm doing? Is this the right way to do it?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of my way I did it. So just keep on mixing. Again, you just want to get it to be kind of sticky, where most of the liquid's kind of out of it. It should start to almost kind of move like lava. And in fact, that's a good sign. If it's doing that, kind of lava movement, Josh, that's what you want.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm trying to let it consume all of the
That
oil
means
and
the starch is coming out of the rice and it's starting to get more
yeah, I see
creamy.
it.
That's what
I
you
definitely
want.
see there's a bit of cream sauce coming to it now.
That's what you want. That's exactly
Guys,
what you
we're
want.
still on the same page. Dan is teaching a wonderful masterclass. Let's just give a round of applause for Dan in the chat, everybody. Yeah, thank you, Kale. Thank you, Sean. Just great job, Dan. Absolutely
I
outstanding.
appreciate that. Yeah, this is fun. Like I really enjoy
Hannah
cooking.
says these camera angles. Hannah, we this was a brilliant production from Spencer, Caleb,
Yeah,
Sean,
super
and
good
Nathan.
job on the production here from the
Yeah.
team tonight. So, okay, so again, mine's getting kind of sticky. I don't want it to get too sticky. I want it just to stay at a normal, kind of creamy look to it. So
Yeah.
so I'm gonna add another ladle full.
Add another ladle full?
Yeah, another ladle.
All right, let's add another ladle.
So, though, in the midst of COVID, I can't just simply, to walk over to Josh's thing just to see how he's doing because I'd be too close. So I'm trusting that everything going over there is going to plan.
You know what, Dan? I'm hoping the same thing, my guy. I'm hoping the same thing.
Yeah, should be good.
I'm getting kind of a magma type consistency, texture.
That's
okay,
exactly
so
what you want.
I'm just trying to make sure that it's all taken in.
Absolutely. Katie, what if you've had an in-person experience with lava? Don't let that affect your chance to make risotto. I believe you should overcome that experience in order to make this dish.
Dan, I've walked on magma rocks before in a big volcano field in California.
Have you
Yeah.
I've never done that.
Yeah, it was outstanding actually. It was really cool. Highly recommend. You don't have the snare drum, Caleb.
This
It's okay.
is turning out really nice.
This is
It's
turning out great
it's
so
good.
far.
It's smelling good.
Oh, smells great, Dan.
Yeah.
Smells fantastic.
In just a little bit here, we're going to do a taste test just to see where it's at.
See where it's
just
at?
so you can start to gauge, how much is in there for salt content, all that stuff. You're not going to add salt and pepper to the end. That's just kind of like at the end to taste.
Yep.
But it just kind of helps you, right? Because you have to, kind of keep in mind, for salt right now, your stock is salty. You're going to add salt. There's also salt in the cheese, so
Yes.
it can end up being really salty if you're not careful with it.
Got to be careful of the
So-
salt intake, I've heard.
Yeah, you got to be careful, otherwise it will ruin the dish
Yes.
too, right? You
Yeah.
put it in your mouth and be like, it's so gross with salt. You can't
I
eat
see
it.
Dennis says, feel like I'm watching Gordon Ramsay without the screaming, Dan. I feel like that's a great compliment. And you know what? I 100% agree with that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that.
Really learning a lot tonight, but I think cooking is a great skill that everyone really should learn.
Super good skill.
It's so important, honestly.
Yeah.
Being able to cook yourself some food, because honestly, guys, cooking at home is so much cheaper than going out.
Yeah.
It really, really is.
Absolutely.
And
you can do a lot. And-
it's a labor of love, right?
Yeah.
Like you put your time and put effort in, and it comes out like, man, this tasted really good,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Well, I mean, though, in fact, for this dish alone, right, like it's a little expensive at first to go to the restaurant to get some of these ingredients, but
yeah,
once you have them, you can make this probably 4, 5, 6 times, and you've only spent about $30
yeah,
on it. So
that's
it's not
really
too
good.
bad.
That's really not that bad.
Right, so it's, reasonable, right, so it's not too bad as far as affordability. It's way more expensive at a restaurant, that's for sure.
Oh
pay
yeah,
more
without
for
a
it
doubt,
as
100%.
So this is the way to do it. If you're
Have
gonna
you
do it.
had? I'm assuming you've had risotto at restaurants
I've had
before,
risotto
right?
at restaurants before.
How
yeah.
does yours kind of pan up to them?
I mean, I like mine better.
You know, fair point, Dan. I respect
like
that.
mine better.
You
Okay, so mine's
stand behind
starting
it.
to get a little bit too thick again, so I'm going to add another scoop if you're there with me.
All right, yep, we're gonna
Feel
try
free
to
add
follow you as
another
best we
scoop
can.
In. You always want to keep it cooking. That's the most important thing. So as you'll notice, we don't have our stock on heat anymore.
Nope.
So it might get a little cool as we go, but not too cool. It should stay decently warm as we're going. You just don't want to add anything that's really cold. You don't want to add any liquid that hasn't been heated.
No.
Otherwise, I mean, like I say, it'll totally kill the ability to cook through what you're doing. So we're doing good here. What happens
Dennis says producer taste test plus voting.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, yeah.
I'll
so
be
we
with
can
you guys.
see-
Dan's is most likely going to taste better than mine.
Well, I don't know about that. Not necessarily. Maybe you're knocking it out of the park.
Yeah,
What's
you guys
that?
can test it.
Sorry, I suck at what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
for those at home wondering about COVID stuff, we have spoons that we're just taking and leaving. We're not going to be dipping in
That's right.
multiple
We're not doing
times.
any double dipping at all. Nothing
Nope,
like that.
Nope, nope. We're making sure everyone's as safe as we can possibly make it.
That's right.
It's like you're buying takeout tonight, but it's for free.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
know what I mean? Cabadans is open for business, everybody.
Ooh, make it a blind taste test though.
Oh, that's actually blind taste test is brilliant.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Christy, I did take the green spatula. I also took the pink one just in case, for whatever reason. So I've got both spatulas with me here.
I also have 2 spatulas,
Hey.
but you brought one in case I forgot one.
That's right, just in case. You never know.
Andrew's my hype guy. He says I want Josh's version.
Oh, well, that's good.
Thank you, Andrew. You know what? Love you, buddy. Appreciate it, my man. Hey, I'll take hype man, okay? I'm like a glass half full kind of guy, not a glass half empty. You know what I mean?
That's right. Okay, so we're still
Oh, this
mixing
is starting
here.
to look good, Dan. This
Totally,
is starting
right?
to
It's starting to
they're
look good. It's
getting
starting to
they're
get
getting
creamy.
bigger, getting a little bit thicker.
Okay, so we're gonna add one more ladle, and then we're gonna kind of mix that in, and we're gonna give it a taste test to see where we're at,
Okay, okay.
just to see how crunchy it is. Because I have a feeling we're a little ahead of schedule,
I think so too.
which is okay. Just by the looks of it, I can tell. My rice is still crunchy. I think that's expected. You bet it is. It will still be crunchy, Jeremy. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
In fact, it'll be crunchy all the way up until the end. Just if you want to keep on adding stock, and eventually it'll start to be less crunchy. But it shouldn't be mushy at the end. If it's mush, you have overcooked your rice.
You've overcooked it. Okay.
Right?
So it's
it
not
should
like
be
you've added too
a little al
much.
dente by the end, and it'll be perfect.
So here's the thing, guys. I feel like this is a real dish you got to practice, right? So if the first time you don't get it right, it's okay. You try again, all right? You take the lessons. I'm sure Dan can help, we can look at mine afterwards, and if there's mistakes, we can go from there, and Dan can explain where
right.
we could change for next time.
That's right. Dylan says, Dan, would you rather be given $1 million right now or start with a cent and double it every day for 30 days? Oh, start with a cent and double it.
Yeah.
Hands down. Right?
That's
Yeah.
hands down the better answer.
Hands down.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Although I think when I first read that, I was thinking to myself, like, that sounds like a pyramid scheme.
It sounds
like a pyramid scheme.
Okay, I feel like those have been popping up way more recently, or at least with the friends I'm on Facebook. I'm like, come on, everybody.
Heck yeah, they are.
We're better than this, all right?
Yeah, we are better than pyramid schemes, everyone. Let's not be a part of that life. 1,100%, says James. I don't believe you. I actually think you should pick the other one like me because I think it's the smarter way.
Oh, well, you'll make way more
You
eventually.
make more money. You
Yeah.
make more money.
Sure, right now you won't have the instant gratification
Yeah.
of that $1 million.
Yeah, but in 30 days.
Oh.
So
In
you get
30
how
days?
much?
We get 10,700,000 in 30 days.
10,700,000 in 30 days. So
Yeah, sign me up,
you-
Chief.
Yeah,
Sign
so
me
yeah,
up.
that's the way to go.
Okay, I'm actually getting more confident in my risotto as we're going along here.
Oh, it's smelling good, isn't
I'm
it?
starting to have a bit of faith in it. Okay, the consistency is starting to match what you're asking.
That's
okay?
right. Okay, so now we're gonna do a little taste test,
Just
Josh.
Gordon Ramsay.
Go here just to see where it's at. We do a
Okay.
little taste test just
Little
to see
taste
where
test.
we're
Little
at
taste
here.
test.
Yeah, just a little taste. Okay, so it will be very crunchy. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, still quite crunchy.
Yep.
That's good flavor though, right?
Oh,
No.
damn.
I know.
We're making good progress today.
I know, it's good. Okay, yeah, so still a little too crunchy for my
Wow.
liking. I like it a little bit more soft than that.
Guys, I'm a fan already. I'm just gonna ditch this spoon. Doesn't really matter. I've gained some confidence after that taste test, Dan.
Well, I think yours is gonna be delicious.
I'm hoping it's not unfounded confidence.
No, it won't be. I actually think this is a hard dish to mess up. I think you have to really try.
Yeah.
But I think it's really fun to make, and I think it impresses everyone around you that you can make risotto.
You can make risotto.
So, okay, so mine's getting a little too sticky. I'm gonna add another
Okay.
ladle full.
Yep.
So remember, don't get it too sticky. You want it to be that nice, kind of creamy look to it. So if it gets to be too sticky in the pan, odds are
Odds are you gotta add more.
you gotta add more.
Yeah.
So, although at the end we're gonna keep it a little stickier than usual,
Okay.
because we want more of the starch to come out. So I'm actually gonna go against what I've been saying all this time.
Hey.
Because right. Anyway, you just want all the starch to come out.
You
So
lead the master class, Dan. You lead the master class, right?
That's right.
Dylan pranked us. Dylan got them all. Where's the lamb sauce?
Where's the lamb sauce? Oh, I love that guy. Classic. Although he swears a lot. I will say that he's got a bad mouth. He's a good cook though. Like, seriously,
I've watched
great
him
chef.
cook like egg fried rice. Oh,
Yeah,
talented.
yeah.
I mean, the guy's a brilliant chef. Like he really is.
Super good chef.
Have you ever? What's that? You go on, you challenge a master chef. You should just go on with your risotto.
Oh, I don't know if I could challenge Gordon Ramsay. He would absolutely put me to shame. I mean, in fact, right now, if he's watching, he's ashamed of how I'm doing this.
You know what?
He is probably calling me a donkey through the screen. Right? Let's just be honest.
But
That's
there's
what's
also
happening.
like, you know, you're putting the time and effort to learn a great craft because cooking is a very in-depth craft, right? It's not something you're
Absolutely.
going to learn overnight, everybody.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you take your time, and really, it's just you're supposed to enjoy it. We're having a great time tonight. We hope you're all having a great time at
Yes.
home. You know,
This is
watching,
lots of fun.
enjoying the cooking session, whatever you guys are cooking, whatever you guys are consuming.
Yeah.
I hope it all just tastes great no matter what. You know what I mean?
I love how the chat's just giving all the Gordon Ramsay quotes.
Yeah.
Let's just make sure we keep them G-rated because there's lots of quotes
Yes,
out there.
please G-rate it, everybody. We don't want anyone being timed out or banned in the chat, all right?
That's right.
Got to make room.
Jeremy, your neck hurts from staring at your pan. Jer, man.
What angle are you at? I feel great right now, my man.
Work those neck muscles, my friend. This
Gotta
is this is a labor
Bring
of
the
love
iPad
going on
closer,
here.
everybody, so I can see what you're saying. Oh,
All right, keep on mixing.
I'm excited, Dan. This is just looking better and better by the minute,
It's looking
really.
good, isn't it? Okay. Favorite book series. Let's kind
Favorite
of talk
book
about
series.
something a little bit different other than cooking for a minute.
Dan, what's your favorite book series?
Oh, hands down, Lord of the Rings.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Brilliant writing.
Mine's gonna be a little different, right? There's a Star Wars Thrawn series.
Oh,
I can't remember. It starts with a K. I think it's Katarina, and her last name starts with a Z.
yeah.
And it is by far one of the best book series I've ever read. I know Star Wars is a little nerdy. I get that. It's okay.
Yeah.
But the books were just so well written that it was, yeah,
Nice.
I must say. It's a book series about Thrawn.
Nice,
It's an older
nice,
book
nice.
series, though. It's from like the 1990s or 1980s, I believe.
Oh,
Definitely
yeah,
not
yeah.
recent, but nonetheless stands the test of time.
That sounds like a good series. Like I'm a big fan of Thrawn and all that stuff in Star Wars. So, how
Oh.
about the rest of you guys out there? What is your favorite
Yeah,
book
favorite
series?
book series,
of
everybody.
all time?
I'm
One you
sure
go
there's going to
to.
be some Harry Potters in there.
Guaranteed.
My
Harry
sister's a
Potters.
big fan of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Big fan. She had wands when she was younger.
Oh yeah.
She was a big fan.
Okay, mine's getting a little sticky again. I'm gonna add another
Okay.
ladle full. It's
said-
okay if you don't use all your stock.
Yes,
Totally
don't feel like you
fine.
have to.
It's not about using up your stock. It's about getting the rice to the right consistency.
You said Maze Runner,
Codex
Caleb?
series, says Helena.
The which series?
The Codex series.
Oh, I've never heard of that series, actually. Diary of a Wimpy
Actually,
Kid.
Christy can make risotto at home. I know she's saying that she can't because someone stole her spatula. There is another spatula in the drawer, sweetheart. Just have a look. It's the red one.
It's the red one.
Yeah.
A little bit called out.
So, no excuses tonight.
No excuses tonight. Oh my goodness. This is just outstanding, everybody. Maze Runner, yes. Maze Runner's good. C.S. Lewis, Out of the Silent Planet was excellent. Haven't read that. Help Me, Dan and Josh. Gordon is staring into my soul, and my favorite book series is The Hunger Games. I do believe Gordon Ramsay's been appearing on screen a little bit tonight, everybody.
Yeah, he's going to appear every now and then.
Yeah.
Man, this is looking nice and creamy. It should really start to be looking creamy now. You getting that, Josh?
It's looking creamy, Dan.
Good.
It's looking creamy. We're getting there.
Good. So just keep on giving it love. This is a delicate dish. I was saying earlier, it's like you're taking it out on a date. You got to give it all your attention.
All my attention.
That's how it works.
We're splitting a little between the chat and the food, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I think we have enough love to go around.
Yeah. Girl Online is good, says Mamie. You know what? I can honestly say that I've never read that, and that title doesn't jump out at me. But I believe that you think it's good, and I'm hoping it's good as well. So.
Just can't let it burn, everybody. That's the main thing. It's the main thing.
So Christy says I used all the ingredients earlier this week. Christy, that's actually not true. If you were to look in the fridge, you'll find everything you need to make this dish. So.
Chris
That's
is
just
coming at
simply
you, and Dan's
false.
firing back.
That's just simply false.
Simply false, everyone. Oh, my word.
Okay, we're looking pretty good here. I'm going to add another ladle right
Okay.
away, and then I'm going to do another taste test because I'm actually feeling like our rice is looking pretty good.
Yep, I'm going to let
Almost
mine
to the
go
point
for a
where I
little
can
longer,
move
I
on
think,
to the
Dan.
next steps here. What's that?
I think I'm going to let mine go for a little longer,
Okay.
just before I add my next ladle of chicken broth.
Andrew says he likes the first 5 Percy Jackson books.
The first 5?
Yeah.
Is there more?
So Christy
Oh.
says I took the risotto chef with her. Well, Christy, this is actually kind of a class tonight. So
This is a master class
this
with
was your
Dan.
opportunity to learn. Like I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. You
So,
tuned in.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, you're watching at home.
I hope lots of you at home, if you're not cooking, you're taking some notes because we'd love to see it later. Actually, when you guys are done
Yes,
tonight,
take photos.
please, yes, take photos. Send them to us on Instagram, on Discord, Facebook. We would really, really like
Yeah,
to see
we'd love to see how
what
you're
they've
doing.
come out looking like because
Yeah.
we're
man,
having.
This is just looking so good.
Yeah.
Man, I can't. Okay, next ladle going in.
Yeah,
And then I'm going to do a
I'm-
taste
I'm
test.
adding my ladle.
We're banging on all cylinders now. This is good.
It really comes in together fast, you know what I mean? Like
It
it
does.
just doesn't feel like time's going by, but it is definitely cruising.
It really starts to go. And just a bit here, once it's at the right consistency, you're gonna start to add your garlic.
Add my garlic. Okay.
So yeah, the reason why you don't add your garlic at the beginning is because when you're putting in all your stock, it's gonna take away more of the flavor of the garlic. It's gonna be more absorbed.
Okay.
And so anyway, though, you want a stronger kind of better garlic flavor. And so anyway, yeah, I don't add it off the get-go. I wait till the end.
Man, you've really thought this through, Dan. You have
Yeah.
great reasoning for why the order you're putting these ingredients
Oh,
in.
thank you. I've actually made this dish a lot, so I've given lots of thought into like what's gonna make it really good.
Yeah, you can tell. You can really
Right,
tell.
because it's a little bit of a science too. It's not just kind of winging it. Like for those of you at home though too, when you guys take, I think probably foods in school, right? Like there's a little bit more to it than just right? You can't just assume it's all gonna work out because it's in the pan.
Yeah.
You got to do it at a certain time. All that stuff. It all matters. So,
Yeah, it truly does.
yeah. So keep on mixing down, keep on reducing. You want that stock to really absorb into the rice. So
It does. What kind of got you into cooking, Dan? Like, was there I know for some of us, I like watching the cooking channels and
Yep.
watching Chef Gordon Ramsay doing his thing, right? But
Yeah.
was it just something you always liked to do?
Not for long. Actually, I've only been probably cooking more actively for about 2.5 years.
Okay.
And it was actually watching Gordon Ramsay. Like, I really think he's a good chef.
Yeah.
I was just so, that's just how he does it is so fast, so quick, and it's so good.
Yeah.
It's kind of a dream of mine to be able to go to one of his restaurants one day and
Oh.
actually eat some of his food.
That'd
Like,
be
that would
amazing.
So post-COVID, I'm hoping to try some yummy beef Wellington.
Let's just
That'd
tweet
be-
at Gordon Ramsay. Hey,
Gordon
come on the
Ramsay.
show. We'd
Yeah.
love to have you.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely, we'd love to have you. Okay, so I'm gonna
Cook
try
with
this
us.
now. I'm gonna grab another spoon.
Okay, we got another spoon?
Yeah, so I'm not using the same. I'm just gonna have a
Yeah.
little taste.
Brand
on
new
that.
spoon, everybody.
It's getting there. It's just a little too crunchy for me still, but we are so close. Right? Good.
That is good, Dan.
Yeah.
My word. I can really, the stock is coming out, or the starch, sorry,
Yeah.
is really coming out now.
Yeah.
I'm getting pretty close to where I'm content with the actual consistency and texture of the risotto.
James says he likes cooking because he likes food. That is probably one of the best reasons to cook.
And it's when you cook really good food, it makes all the difference, everybody.
Yeah. Although Sean told me earlier that he likes cooking too, but he doesn't like food. So he's actually happy enough just to cook food.
Man, your family must love you. Yeah.
You're just the nicest guy. You're just there to make all the good dishes, right? I like it.
See, the issue with me now when I'm actually cooking is I tend to snack a lot while I'm cooking because I'm just like, I'm hungry and excited at the same time.
Yes.
And it's like, but then this is going to be worth the wait. I'm
It
sure
is
this is going to be
totally
worth the wait. Yeah.
So I see Christy is now claiming that I took the good pot. But the two, there's actually larger pots that can easily hold chicken stock.
Yeah.
So I know that's true. Okay, hold on. I have a confession to make. I just realized she
Yeah.
probably doesn't have enough chicken stock at home. That's probably the one thing that would get in the way from making it. But other than that, all I hear
I mean,
is
if you just
excuses.
cooked less risotto, you wouldn't need
true.
as much broth, right?
It's true. And I've also, as well, like it also dawned on me, she has a vehicle. She's able to drive to the store to get more chicken stock if she really wanted this. So I don't feel quite so responsible right now that I'm here and she's there.
Cookie dough is my essence. Daniel says cookies are better uncooked.
Oh,
Here's the
cookie
thing,
dough.
I'm a big fan of cookie dough, Daniel. Don't get me wrong. I just also realized a freshly baked cookie out of the oven that's kind of melty in your hands a little bit is just,
That is good.
you can't really beat it in some
you
ways, you know what I
can't.
mean? Although, Jordy, if she's watching, will 100% say I'm not a great baker. I'm not a good baker. But I do, I'd like to think of myself as a novice chef leaning towards the more adept version.
All right, I'm getting kind of sticky again. I'm going to add another ladle.
Yep,
And
yep,
then I'm
yep.
going to add my garlic once this is kind of more cooked down a little
So
bit.
you're going to add your ladle, the chicken broth first,
I'm
right?
going to add my chicken broth first, and then I'm going to let that cook down and reduce, and then I'm going to add my garlic. So anyway, I don't want to add it when it's really liquidy. I want to add it when it's kind of liquidy.
Okay.
So,
Good to know, good to know.
But man, oh man, it should be getting really creamy now at this point.
Oh, Dan, it looks like I've added Alfredo, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's getting there real good. It amazed me, it comes from this just little grain of rice into this wonderful mixture of goodness, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Jordy
Yeah.
says baking is not your friend. Andrew says Josh is a good baker. My hat man, yet again, my dude, my guy.
Okay,
Appreciate
so now
it.
it's kind of more on that almost creamy side, which is what you want.
Yep.
So now I'm going to grab my garlic here.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab another spoon, and I'm just gonna scoop my garlic in there. And
Oh,
then
that
I'm just
smells
gonna mix
good,
it.
everybody. Let me.
It
I
smells really
love the
good.
smell
So,
of garlic.
as far as the way I do my garlic, it's fresh,
Yep.
and it is also pressed and crushed. And I add salt to it to help to bring out the flavor.
We just dump it in.
Yep, totally. I dump it right in, and then mix it right in there.
Nice, perfect.
And then what you'll really smell is that rich flavor come out of the garlic, and it just tastes. Anyway,
Oh,
it just smells so good.
Guys, I wish you could smell this right now
Yeah.
because I love the smell of garlic, and this smells unbelievable, Dan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is really good.
Like it smelled good before, but you add that hint of
You add that garlic,
Oh,
and it just pops, right?
it pops so well, Dan.
Yeah, it just
Oh
pops so
my
well.
goodness.
Oh man, yeah. Okay, so now I'm getting a little sticky again. It's starting to get more and more sticky because now the rice is getting bigger. It's absorbing more.
Yep,
So
yep.
I'm gonna add another ladle down just to keep it going.
Wow. Man, I hope everyone else's kitchens are smelling as good as this right now, everybody.
Yeah, this is turning out. good.
Wowzers. Depends on the scenario. Cookies or brownies, Dan? Cookies or brownies? Great question. Daniel, great question.
Cookies and my
Yeah.
wife's cookies, like they're fantastic. She makes good cookies.
I'd have to agree.
Yeah, cookies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see Caleb does not like that answer. He prefers brownies. Yeah. Okay, but though, have you had a good cookie before?
Have you had a good cookie?
Sorry.
Let's just
Double
go.
chocolate chip with white chocolate chips inside.
It's overhyped.
Well, but that's the point of eating cookies. You have to eat them out of the
To
oven.
be fair, my favorite type of cookie is macadamia nut.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's one of my
macadamia.
favorite kinds. Subway, honestly,
Those are unbelievable cookies.
like a little underrated, I must say. Like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
Super good.
Sometimes, depends on
Yeah,
when you get there.
Oh, no, for sure.
Yep, depends when you
Yeah.
get there.
Sometimes they're right out of the
Dylan
oven.
says, I once ate 48 Safeway cookies in one sitting. I was there for that.
That
I was in
is-
Discord when he achieved that mission.
I don't know if that's a braggable thing, but you're doing it anyway. So, good for you, Josh.
Good for you, Dylan.
Or sorry, Dylan.
Yeah,
Good-
real
good-
proud of you. Real
Yeah,
proud
very
of you.
proud
for
of
that.
you.
Rebecca has a question. Please hit us with
Yeah,
the question,
ask
Rebecca.
away. I'm gonna add another ladle because now it's getting creamier. So
Yep, I'm
now
right
you're gonna
on.
want to add your stock a little bit faster than what you did before because
Okay.
you want it to stay creamy at this point.
Okay, okay.
So make sure you're
Yeah, because I'm
creaming
definitely
it up.
following you on this one.
You want it to stay creamier.
Dylan, how long is a sitting? Oh, Hannah, I don't think it was. I think it was over a period of a day. I think when Andrew ate, or Dylan ate the 48 cookies, I should say.
That's a big day though.
That's a big day. That's a big day.
That's a big day for him. I bet he had a nap in the afternoon.
Yeah, I bet he did. And then he woke up and ate a couple more cookies. You know what I mean?
That's right.
It's kind of a long day thing.
Absolutely. Hannah,
Wow.
I see your sister, or I see Caleb. Your sister's not a big fan of you being on the show at the moment. What's going on with that?
I'm sorry, what?
She just said you should kick Caleb off the show.
Ryan's asking a question. What do I do when I've used all of my stock?
If you use all your stock,
Give
then
a
you're
taste
pretty
test?
well done. Make sure you give a taste test. If it's kind of like that right, kind of rice, or like it's not too crunchy, you're good.
Yep.
But if you're done, Ryan, you're going to actually turn your heat right down. You're going to add your butter and mix that in, and then you're going to add your cheese and then some salt and pepper to taste.
I feel like we're getting close to that stage, though, aren't we,
We're
Dan?
getting close. I'm about to do another taste test here.
Yeah,
'cause
I think I'm on
just
board
about
with you on
there.
that
I'm
one.
gonna
I gotta
taste
make
test here, see where I'm at.
Because mine's getting there, I think.
Yeah, we're there. We're there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, we are.
Okay. So I'm going to do one more ladle in.
That is good, guys. Like, I can't even express. This is.
Okay, right. So one more ladle in, Josh, because it's
Yep.
going to be a little creamy here. You want it nice
Yep.
and creamy, and then we're going to let that reduce down. Actually, you know what? I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to give it a little bit extra there. So about 1.5.
I'm going to give it 3/8.
Yeah.
Just kidding. That was.
Just so I can catch up to Ryan here, because we're just about there. And I'm going to let that slowly reduce down now.
You're
over
going to
the
slowly let
next-
that reduce?
Yeah. So yeah, like you don't want that to be soupy. You want it to look like lava.
Okay.
Right.
So I got to get it to lava before I start
Yeah.
reducing really hard, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lava consistency, and then we're going to start to add our butter and everything. We're going to start to turn it down.
Okay.
And it'll turn out perfectly. Right. So we're on the home stretch here, everybody.
We're on the home stretch, everybody. We're almost there. And it's looking great.
Yeah. Smelling
looking great.
good. It's at that right consistency.
Smells amazing, everybody.
Really good. You don't
guys.
want to have the rice really mushy, otherwise it just simply turns to mush and explodes. You don't want that.
No.
It needs to look like the same shape it did before you put it in the pan, but just bigger.
Slightly bigger.
That's
yep,
right.
Yep, I get that. I get that.
That's the idea.
You can really smell like the onions and the garlic coming through, and then
Yeah.
the rice itself really is starting to add just a fantastic
Yeah.
texture to this.
It turns out really good.
Okay, I'm hitting the magma, so our lava, I should start dimming my heat there, Dan. Is that what I should be doing?
A little bit, yeah. Like if you're looking similar to mine, it should, right? So right now it kind of moves a little too quick. I want it to move a little slower than that.
Okay, okay,
Just a little, and then you can turn your heat down.
okay.
Though just to like a low heat, though too. Like you don't want a high heat, you don't want it off altogether, but just a low heat. Some people say you can take it right off the heat, and I mean that's fine too. But I find it's better for the cheese and the butter, and to keep it creamy if you keep it at a low heat.
Low heat, okay.
yeah, so
we
yeah.
want to keep it creamy. That's the main thing, right?
You want it to stay creamy, yeah. Like
Yeah.
if you were to take it though too right off the heat, then everything would just almost kind of turn into a solid on you, and you don't want that. Then it just kind of turns into almost like a block of risotto.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
So anyway, yeah, you don't want that.
Okay.
You want it to still have this creamy look to it.
This creamy look. I mean, it's looking pretty fantastic right now, Dan.
So yeah, I'm almost there. Right. So my way of testing is I just kind of do like one swipe through the middle, and it should start to move. Right. So right now it moves a little too quick together.
Mine's definitely pretty slow.
Is it slow? Okay. Then for you, you can probably turn yours right down.
Lower my heat?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, lower your heat, and then you're gonna add your butter next there, Josh.
Okay.
And mix that right in. I'm going to join you here in just a second.
Yep. I totally get that. So I just chuck this all in, right?
Yeah, I'm going to join you right now here too because I am done. So,
Okay, definitely. Oh, okay, that came out rather.
so yeah, I'm going to turn mine down to a simmer here.
I was gonna grab a spoon and then it just fell out. That works.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you grab your butter. So just grab my spoon here. And you want about 2 tablespoons of butter if it's the unsalted. Again, if you're using salted butter, do not use 2 tablespoons. That is too much.
Too much. So we're just putting the butter in right now, right?
Just putting the butter in now.
Okay.
You're just going to want that to mix around, and you're going to see it's going to start looking really creamy.
Oh,
Right?
Yep.
Like really good. That's what you want.
that's what we want.
And again, though, like if you are using butter that's salted, do not use as much as we just put in. Only
Yeah.
use about half, so about a tablespoon, because otherwise it'll just be overly salty, and you
that won't
want
taste very good at all.
Okay, so once your butter's mixed in, it should be looking really creamy now, Josh. Is that
Yep.
what you got going on there?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Okay, so now take your Parmesan cheese, and this is almost more preference than it is what you have to add in.
Okay.
But typically, I like to add in about a cup and a half of cheese, just because it really
Wait, I gotta
adds
do this for the memes.
really good
We gotta
flavor.
switch cameras for a
Okay,
second,
so it should
boys.
look almost like that, and then you're just gonna
Dan,
start to
do you
mix
like
that
this?
in.
I think it's
Oh man, that's fantastic. Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Now we're done
then
with the rest of it.
So then just
we're
start
good,
to
we're
mix
good.
it right in, and it's
Yeah.
going to actually hold now the dish together, right? Because the dish has a tendency that it's kind of lava to start to kind of move and separate.
Oh, that Parmesan cheese, Dan, smells
Dan and Josh, how would you
outstanding.
react to be allergic to dairy? If you're allergic to dairy, I wouldn't recommend adding butter to this dish. That would be a mistake.
I don't care, dude. It's all good.
So you actually don't have to add butter. You can go without butter if you are allergic to dairy. Okay, so it should start looking really creamy now. Josh,
Oh,
you got
Dan.
that going on? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're in the final touch here. I'm going to turn my heat right off because I don't need it to be simmering anymore.
Okay.
And now I'm just going to add some salt and pepper to taste here.
Okay.
Right, so add as much as you think you need. For me, I like to add like a decent amount.
Hello.
This is getting really stuck in there. Come on, I know you can do it. Okay, that's probably good. And then just some pepper as well.
Really getting into it, really getting into it.
And then you're going to mix that all through. Make sure you mix your salt and pepper. Do not let it sit on the top.
Oh,
and
let me
eat
tell you
that.
what, that cheese is causing little string bridges all the way across this stuff
That's
right
what
now.
you want to see, nice
Oh.
and creamy. Okay, so now yours should look like this. It should look nice and creamy. If it doesn't, you can always try this again. You don't have to
Yes.
say to yourself, man, that was too hard. It's easy to try again. Not hard to do. It's a fairly easy dish, and actually, though, it can take a little bit of practice until you get it just right.
Rebecca, I actually am lactose intolerant. However, when it comes, I'm like semi. I wouldn't say I'm like, my stomach's gotten better over the years, and this, don't worry, is going to be absolutely delicious. And I'm
Okay.
100% okay with those.
So now it should be looking all nice and creamy, all nice and good, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to do a taste test because now this is done. Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to try it out, see how we
Okay.
do.
Okay.
I encourage you at home, if you're at the same place, give it a taste test, see how it is.
Yes.
It should be nice and cheesy and creamy and perfect. Ready?
Okay.
Here? Let's go.
Yep.
Shut up. No, that's so good.
That's amazing, Dan.
Isn't that good?
Wow.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I might eat this whole thing before anyone else eats it. Anyways, okay.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, so we've finished the risotto.
Yeah.
It is all done now. Looking great, tasting phenomenal. How are we going to do this blindfolded taste test for the producers and everyone
I'm not
here?
sure how we're going to do this. It might be better just due with maybe COVID restrictions and having people kind of come by that we do it after and post the results later.
Yes.
As opposed to live. I'm just
Yes.
kind of just aware that we want to be
Thumbs up.
sensitive to all the guidelines we need
Yep.
to take care of. So.
Josh says butter is a very high-fat dairy product that contains only trace amounts of lactose. That means it's usually fine to include in your diet if you're lactose intolerant. Thanks, Josh. Coming with those good facts
There we go.
about food. So, butter's fine. Okay, well, Dan,
Well,
I think that's it for us, really, at the end of the day.
I think this is it. Yeah, we just wanted to do something there that was fun and different.
Yes.
Yeah.
We hope you at home loved it. We certainly had a lot of fun making this.
Lots of fun.
Please send us photos, send us what you've made, whether it's the frozen pizza from Teresa or whether you made risotto or
That's
whatever
right.
it is. Please send us with those photos. We'd love to see what you guys made tonight. If you want to see more of this, let us know. Cabadans
Yes.
is not closing its doors tonight.
It's not closing. No,
Let
we're
me
going to
tell
come
you
back
what.
at some point and do
Oh,
this
right
again.
there, we're going to have to, Dan.
Yeah,
I think
we'll do
there's
something
no
else.
really no other way to go around this, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Be lots of fun.
Well, I think I'm going to eat the rest of this before the rest of the producers get to it. So, Dan, anything else we need to really figure out?
I don't think so. We're going to send you guys up to small groups.
Yep.
Hopefully you have some fun. If you made a risotto, you can talk about how it was there. And hopefully you learned something fun tonight. Hopefully you can say to yourself, I'm going to make this for my family one day,
Oh.
make this for someone else.
Yep.
Because this is a fun dish to make, and it's good.
Mamie said it's very good.
Excellent, Mamie.
Great job,
Glad to
Mamie.
hear.
Proud of you. Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Round of applause for Dan, everybody. Just taught the best masterclass we could have asked for
That was fun.
risotto. Rebecca asked for Cabadan merch. Hey, guys. We all have a lot of merch ideas, so
That's right.
one by one, baby steps, everybody, baby steps. All right, well, from here, the cast at Cabadans.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being part of Dan's Masterclass Risotto. Dan, thank you for teaching.
Yeah, man,
this
my
was
pleasure.
outstanding, and from a complete novice, this tasted amazing.
Awesome. Good to
So,
hear.
all right, guys, that's going to be it for us tonight. Have fun in your small groups, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you guys.
Bon voy.
It's still really good.
Okay, after show, everybody.
After show.
Who would have thought? We're here, everyone, tasting the food. We've had the taste test go on. Dan, you were still the winner at the end of the night?
Well, yeah, but not by much though.
Yes, but I mean, like, guys, to be fair, as a complete novice, like, mine came out good.
Nailed it.
Like, I was
Super good.
real impressed.
Yeah, I loved it. Very delicious.
Like, wow, I would consume this every day. Yeah, and like, I thought mine was screwed, man. I thought mine was screwed. Like, I'd put more oil in than I thought I was supposed to, because I thought I was like, I gotta put more oil in because it wasn't covering completely.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I was like, oh no, I can't come back from this point.
But no, you did though. It's really good.
Yeah, man. Like, oh, but Dan, you taught a phenomenal class tonight. Like,
Thank you. It was fun. Loads of fun.
what else would you want to cook on stream?
Sorry?
What else would you want to cook on stream?
I don't know. Like, there's not a whole lot you can do without at least another burner or two out here. Yeah, it's true. You could do frozen pizza. Actually, yeah, we could do lasagna, but it's almost something we'd have to do like where we actually record it ahead of time.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, so we can show what we're doing. Because
Well,
I make a homemade sauce for lasagna too. It's not just a store-bought sauce.
So it has to be a thing where like we've done it before and it's all cooked ready,
Yeah.
but we do all the prep, like we make it in front, and then you know, like on TV they pull the full finished
Yes,
one out, and
that's
you're
right.
like, hey guys, let's try this.
We could do spaghetti. Oh man, I told you what we could do.
What?
We could make gnocchi. Is what we can
Oh
make.
yeah.
That is a fantastic dish.
Yep.
Really, really yummy pasta. And it's all made from scratch. It's actually made with eggs, flour, and potato. Like, it's a really
Wow.
simple dish, but
Okay.
delicious, light and fluffy, really good. We could easily make that, and we could do it with the one burner.
Sick.
Actually, no, we couldn't. We'd have to boil. Anyway, we have to figure it out.
Yeah. But Cabadans doors aren't closed.
Not
we may
closed
have
at all.
we may have more on the table.
Not at all closed.
Man, that was actually so good. Wow.
Man, yeah, that came out really good.
I definitely did not use all of my chicken broth. Like, I still had a decent amount left.
I did not use all mine either. Like, I've got enough for like a ladle and a half on there.
Yeah, I have more than that. I mean, my pot's pretty freaking big, but I was like, because I was trying to compensate the fact that I had more oil and I didn't want to continuously overflow it with more and more like broth, right?
What's that?
Oh,
Sure, some of mine what?
some of your broth spilled as he was bringing it in.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, no, yeah, I see there. Little wet spots. All good.
Welcome to the after show, Keanu. Happy to have you, buddy.
Hey,
Happy to
thanks,
have
buddy.
you. Wow, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, like she told you, you need to go a little earlier.
Did you see the camera switch to me?
No?
Yeah, Nathan held it up to my face.
Honestly, it was hard paying attention to this and the chat and like responding. Like, I thought we had great conversations tonight. We were
yeah.
just going, but I was
Yeah.
like, because
Really
we
hard
only
in the
used
chat.
like one or two of those things, really, for the time.
I need another scoop here.
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay's has been in it the whole time. But like a portion of it. So like when they make this in a restaurant, do they like, it must take time to make this kind of stuff.
So in a
though.
restaurant, the rice is blanched first, so they usually boil it for about 5 minutes. So that way it's pretty much almost cooked.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. And then they add all their flavors
Yeah,
and
and then
stuff.
they add everything
It's
that
not
way.
this labor of love that we
No, yeah. In a restaurant, 10, 15 minutes tops is done.
I mean, they don't have 40 minutes like we did to.
They do not have 40 minutes. Nope.
Oh my goodness, 40 minutes well spent.
It is though, right? But man, like this takes a lot of love. It takes patience and time, but it's worth it.
And you're right though. It's hard to like not do this right in some ways. It's like if you add a little bit too much of this, a little too little of that, over time it kind of compensates, right?
It does. It compensates for itself.
And you learn so much the first time. Like, I'm not going to put as much olive oil in the next time, right? Even though I'm like, this time I was stressed. It's like, no, it just doesn't need that much yet, right?
Probably one other thing you could add to this, if you don't have, like, if you're not like Jeremy and, you're adding shrimp or something like that, you can add fresh basil to it, and that'll give it a nice chili flavor too. But I wouldn't add a lot of spices to this. You'll kind of tamper with the base. So
Yeah.
You don't want to do too much.
I can't tell you though. I can't tell how stressed I was when this thing was smoking in the beginning.
Oh, wow, man, that's because it's new.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
But I was like, can you stop? Like, it was like billowing for a second. And I was like,
That was actually really funny though, because at the start of the night before you showed up, he had it pulled out, and I asked him about his smoke issue, because I thought that's what it was. He's like, no, this is the heating or okay, whatever. And it started smoking.
What are the odds? What are the odds? I was trying to I was like, please don't cause a fire alarm to go off. I was a little stressed.
Yeah.
But
really
wow.
good. Man, yeah, that was fun. Yeah, we'll do it again.
I'm glad I didn't sense it because that'd have been, we have to leave because of the fire alarm. Oh, my bad. Well, honestly, what you guys changing between stuff was awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
I want to rewatch this to see it because usually we see kind of what's happening, but I really want to rewatch and see what you guys did because everyone was commenting on how good the camera work was.
Yeah, it was really good.
I'm so glad we had black aprons because I was worried the church don't have white, and I'm like, white is just not as classy.
Well, plus it would look terrible on stream.
Yeah.
It would be too bright.
But the black is just crisp.
Yeah, it came out nice. Oh man, this was good. There's
We have 18 watching the after show.
Wow.
Welcome.
Thanks for joining, everybody.
Yeah. What did we hit tonight for viewership for the? How many? 50 constant is about what we expected,
Not bad.
considering people have been doing Zoom for ever now.
Yeah. So a little trick to this: if you, if there's leftovers of this, and you have the next day, if you're gonna nuke it in the microwave, which is probably the best way to cook it, I wouldn't put it back on the stove.
Yeah.
Just they'll add a little bit of liquid back to it. That
Yep.
way it kind of gets creamy again. If you just kind of put it in it, it'll come out dry.
Okay.
So yeah,
I'm probably gonna eat the rest of this tonight after Jordy has some.
nice.
I'm wearing the same shirt as Josh. Attaboy, Andrew. Plaid. Woo! We could make a lot of stuff, Dan.
We could make a lot of stuff.
We could make a homemade pizza.
Oh man. Well, I mean, if you just imagine though, when we are out of COVID stuff and we're able to not be social distancing, we could even do this at someone's house
Yeah.
and have a lot of things to go.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be really good to have an actual kitchen we could work with,
Yeah.
and not have to be like, hey Dan, I can't.
You know,
I can't come see your dish.
You know, it'd be funny. We should bring back Abby, where we teach her to make something, and then my real Gordon Ramsay will come out.
Yeah.
That's how that'll happen.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
That'd be entertaining
It'd be fun.
at its finest.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it for the after show, everybody.
Yeah, I think we're just about done.
Because I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah.
Caleb's popping off about corn dogs.
Yeah. Caleb's mad.
Thanks for tuning into the after show, everybody. We love having you here. Again, the most important part about the after show is you don't talk about the after show.
That's right.
If you tune in, you tune in. If you don't, you don't. It's just that simple, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Amen.
We will definitely see you guys next week for our other after show after the real one. We love you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
See you guys.
See you later.